Okay.
Welcome back, Dolly.
Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday after Mother's Day.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all our mamas out there.
We hope you were treated right. P was like, I was gonna try to get you a massage, but like it's hard to get a massage when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't take you. So
We have to like go to somebody that like knows
this is and
massages. Yeah. Do you feel like on Mother's Day, because I feel like there's two types of moms. There's the moms that are like, I want to spend Mother's Day without my kids. And then there's the moms that are like, I want to spend Mother's Day with my kids. Which one are you?
I feel like I'm probably with my kids.
Yeah.
I feel like it's abnormal to be away from my child, so I feel like since my dad
Maybe.
I've been like to the store 2 times like by myself and I'm like, this is weird. And I'm just like, hurry up, get back.
Yeah, and I actually feel like the moms that are more prone to being like, oh, I want a day away, like I want to go like pamper myself, treat myself, have some peace. I feel like they're the ones that have like four kids at all times.
Maybe.
Because yeah, I feel like with
I
my
thought
mom,
you were gonna say working moms because I feel like sometimes like the moms that are working and then like have kids in care, they're like, I need a day for myself.
maybe. Yeah, because I feel like with my mom, I don't know, we were like little besties.
Right?
So but it was just me, and her. So it was just like we're always together, little besties. But like, I don't know if it would be different if there was like four wild ones constantly running every day. Who knows? But either way, do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. I feel like it's not that important of a, I don't know. Like my first Mother's Day was like exciting and Arkham was teeny tiny because he's a May baby. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of like another day.
That's so funny because I think it's so important. I'm like, the least you can do is send your mom flowers. Just like going through pregnancy, going through labor, and then just like always being like the ride or die for your child. It's just like moms, there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like a mom.
And it's not easy. So I feel like the least you could do is get her some flowers and a nice coffee or a nice matcha.
Some roses that I need to plant.
Yeah.
So
Um,
maybe tomorrow I'll decide where to put them. I don't know. We're kind of up in the air because my dad keeps asking me, like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I just know it's going to be so busy and I dread that. And then my husband got mandatory overtime. So he's probably not even going to be here from like literally morning till night. So
I know that's a bummer. I know I asked my mom like if she wanted to do anything, and I was like, oh, I've just kind of been like
chilling.
not feeling great these past few days and I'm just like behind on stuff and I haven't even thought of like plans that we could do or like, things to do. So I asked her and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, like honestly, because they got a new condo." So she's like, "I'm so behind on stuff." And she like was sick and then they had to go to a concert and now she's like says that she's just like been behind on stuff. So she's like, "I just want to organize." I'm like,
I'll
"Okay."
come over here.
I
Play
know.
Gilmore Girls. I
I
feel like
know.
I'm the type of person to stay in. Like, I don't know. We never go out on Valentine's Day. Like, I just want to stay in.
Hmm.
I don't know. And then it's hard to leave the chicks right now because we have to put this screen on them and they hate it. So I feel bad leaving them because they want to jump on the edge and like hang out. So
Yeah,
I feel bad because they flip out when they see those screens. So I'm like, I'm
I
sorry,
know.
but I can't let any of you get out and not be able to get back in. I'm scared.
I know, seriously. Yeah, I feel you. I know. I don't like leaving Serena here for too long, but we were thinking about going to the beach tomorrow.
Ooh.
It's gonna be so hot, but
Trying to bring some tropical vibes because I'm like, okay, I need a little bit cooler. It was not too bad today, but in the middle of doing chores, I was like, it is so hot. I'm so out of breath. I'm just I'm struggling. The breathing has got me.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's really hot today. The AC is working. She
I'm
is working.
like trying not to turn the AC on at all.
I know. I'm like, wow, like I never hear the AC like actually turn on just at like nighttime. And it's like totally making sure we're staying cool in here.
He told me last week. He was like, "Love you." Um, he told me last week, like, remember how he kept interrupting, and I was like, "Can you go see if Poppy needs help with your cake?" And then
Oh,
he's like, he came out here and he was like, "Do you need help with the cake?" And then he's like, "Yeah, you can help me." And he's like, "Well, I'm podcasting right now, so I'll have to come back when I'm done, okay?"
a little busy.
I'm like, stop it, you're me.
So if you can manage it by yourself, that's hilarious. He is so funny.
He's like a mini me. He literally goes to the park and then he just finds adults and he just talks the whole time at the park. And then he's like, "Yeah, but I'm not done yet." I'm like, "Okay." And he tells them like everything. And I'm like, "Okay."
That's so cute. I know. I posted one of the clips from our podcast onto my Instagram, and an old friend that I used to babysit, he commented on it and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't heard your voice in so long." He's like, and it immediately reminded me of your mom. I was like,
Oh.
of
Does it
course.
start with a B?
Huh, yes. And I was
Okay.
like, oh yeah. I was like, the older I get, I'm like, the more and more I find myself turning a little too much into her. I'm like, wait a minute. But other than that, honestly, not much happening with my week.
You have been a smoothie queen, so I wanted to ask you, what is like the go-to? Like, what's the best smoothie order?
Honestly, when I was younger, I used to love, and I still do love, just like your classic strawberry banana. I
Mm.
love a strawberry banana. But then that's if I'm into like more of a tropical fruity craving. But if I'm into a little bit sweeter, then I'll do like a peanut butter banana chocolate or something.
The peanut butter banana, like I don't even like bananas, but like
Yeah.
peanut butter banana smoothies are like that's it for me. Or the pumpkin pie or the chai. But we don't have good smoothie places here and we don't have a Jamba, so I'm living vicariously through you at Jamba.
I know. I actually haven't been going to Jamba. I've been going to Robex.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think they're a little bit healthier. But I could be totally wrong on that. But they're just, we do have Jambas out here, but the Robex are always like, there's one right next to my job.
Do you
And
guys
then,
the one we used to go to in Santa Barbara, Goleta, but I don't know if there's any in LA. That's the
hmm,
one Arkham loves. What is it called? Shoot.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of
Blenders.
places. Oh, I have heard of that, and I think I've seen it, but I don't know if I've really tried it.
And my back is like shot. I'm trying to like sit up straight. I'm like hurting because one, my tits are huge, but also I was just sewing P's work pants because they like ordered them too long. And I
Yeah.
bought like a hand sewing machine and it doesn't, it's way too fast. You can't control the speed. And like it was getting tangled and just kept stopping. So I was like, I'm just gonna hand sew it. So it took me like almost an hour to measure out and hand sew one pair. I'm like, okay, four more. My dad's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. So I'm trying to be positive about it, but I'm like, oh my God, my back is.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I have a sewing machine also, and I've never used it because when I like tried, I spent days trying to like get
Mhm.
it figured out. I watched videos, I was like reading on things, and every time I like got the string through and I was like, this is
It.
exactly how they just did it. Like I was so careful. It would just keep knotting up every single time. And I was like, I'm over it. So then we ended up moving units in the apartment. So I had to like put it away. I haven't taken it back out.
I have a sewing machine, but it's not working. I started Christmas gifts last year and then it just stopped and it was like all the thread kept breaking. I checked the tension, I checked everything. I checked if things were tangled. I oiled it. And I couldn't figure it out. And then I was gonna take it to like a sewing machine repair. I'm like, if it's like $50, like I'll take it for repair. And it
Yeah.
was almost $200.
No
And that
way.
was just initially, not even like for repairs. It was just like the upfront. And I was like, yeah, I could buy a brand new
Like
one.
the inspection or whatever.
Yeah. I'm like, I could buy a brand new one on Amazon for like 150. So
Seriously, that's crazy.
I haven't bought a new one. I'm like, I don't use it that much, but both P and I know how to use it, and I like doing projects with it occasionally, but I'm like, whatever. But I
And it's
bought a hand one that was like 12.99. I've never seen those before, and I thought it was gonna be super cool, but it's fast.
oh yeah. Uh-uh.
So, and I'm like, I can't ruin these pants.
True, true, true. Why'd they order them so long?
So the lady was like, they don't have a 31. So I just went 32, and P's like, I would have rather you gone like 30, and he can actually wear barefoot shoes at work. So it's flat, flat. So he's like, they're dragging. Like, I hate it. They're dragging. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll fix it.
Is like a 31 to 32 an inch?
Yeah,
Okay. So it's not that bad then. You're not
it's
like
not.
having to sew like a bunch off.
No, that's what I was like, do I cut it? And then my dad was like, my mom always used to do the edges, like of the top part. And I was like, oh, so I had to add that
Yeah.
little trick because I was like, I don't want it to look like there's two sewing lines around it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but I use dark thread and I feel like he's kind of behind a counter. So I feel like nobody's gonna be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what's happening
Definitely.
to you?
Yeah. I think even if you did cut them, I feel like no one will
Yeah.
really notice.
But yeah, other than that, it's been a busy week. I just same old same. I've been trying to get my Azure order ready. I'm literally ordering 14 pounds of banana chips.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a better price. And I was like, do you want like is that too much? There's
Found?
no in between. It's like 1 pound or 14. So I was like, I'll just get two 1 pounds. And then the other night he was like, you know what? Just get the 14. I was like, okay,
Dang.
okay, I'll do it.
That's hilarious. I know. I just did a grocery order today.
Did it arrive?
Yeah. It usually comes within like 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, or less. Like two
and they
hours.
just put it at your door? Like, how does that even work?
You can choose like if you want to meet them out front, if you want them to just set it at your door, if you want them to ring your doorbell,
And
if they
what if they got you something like wrong? Or like, what if you wanted like a cabbage? Do you specify like a 2 pound cabbage? How does that work?
so when you're like selecting it, when you go to like confirm it at the end, it'll tell you um okay, if this item is out, do you just want a refund? Do you want them to just grab the next similar, like the most similar thing? Do you want them to contact you and ask you first? Or like let's say it's like organic cabbage and then it's just a regular cabbage. It'll say like, "Oh, if the organic's out, do you just want the regular?" And you can just like say yeah so that they already see like, "Oh, if this one's out, then they're okay with that one." But for instance, I got chips, just like sea salt chips from like the Kettle brand. And he messaged me and was like, "Oh, they're out of the sea salt, but they have like salt and vinegar." I was like, "Okay, sure."
Yeah.
So then I don't know what they have to do on there. And then yeah, I just tell them to leave it at my door because I don't want like Serena to bark, but some people will be like hand it directly to me, like don't leave it, wait till I answer the door. But and usually people are great. I do feel bad because I'm in an apartment building, so I'm always like, but I'm like, I feel like
Like, how many bags? Like,
and I'm like,
people have carts or they're prepared or like
I
wagons
was saying, I'm like, if you're doing grocery trips, like most people,
are in an apartment.
yeah. And I'm like, I'm like, I'm hoping that you're like prepared, like, and then they never say anything. And so this one today messaged me and was like, first of all, like for the apartment, the code's already on there on like what number to dial so that we can buzz you in.
Oh.
When you get here, all the instructions are there already, right? So it never has a problem. And then this person comes and then he's like, "What's the code? I can't get in." And I'm like, "It's literally on there." And so I give him the code and then he's like, "Okay, I'm in." I'm like, okay.
Okay, bring it to my door.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. So then I said, I was like, okay, great. It's like, elevator to the third floor, um, all the way down to the right. This is the apartment number. And then he was just like, do you have a cart? And I was like, no. And then he was like, it's too much to bring. I was like,
Well, why did you accept the job?
I know. And I'm like, well, one, like, you're getting paid for this. I'm not. I'm actually tipping you to do this. I was like, and Jamil's not here. And then I was like, oh my God. And Jamil's like, no, tell him you're handicapped and you can't come down there.
Yeah, I mean,
He can
really,
make one
somebody
trip.
could be.
I know. He was like, okay, then he's gonna have to make two trips up. And I'm like, okay. So I was just like, I'm sorry, like, I can't help. And then he was just and then he got like kind of rude and
Like,
he
people could have a brand new baby. You could be bedridden. Like, it could be
literally
anything. You could literally be like dying from something and like you got
and this
kids.
is the whole point of the delivery.
Yeah, not so I have to go do it.
Yeah. And so he's like I could tell he's kind of annoyed. I was just like, I'm so sorry, like I don't have a car, like I'm not able
Who just
to.
has a cart for
I
people to
know.
deliver groceries to them?
I know. So and I was like, and I don't want to go down
Best
because
in
like
your business,
I'm
sir.
yeah, and I'm like in the apartment alone. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, like I'll
I'll
help
come help you.
you. So I was just like, okay, he's just gonna have to figure it out. Like, I feel bad, but like, it is what it is.
Sorry,
And
but for you two, it couldn't have been that many groceries.
it wasn't. It was probably like three, maybe like full bags, and then like maybe like three or four
Like, I
like easy
understand if
ones
it's like
with like
25-pound bags of flour, like 20
yeah,
pounds of rice, 20 pounds of beans. It's like, okay,
easy
well, this,
stuff. And he totally brought it up in one trip. So
I feel like you need to leave him a review.
I was like, and he goes, so he was like, okay, I'm in. And I'm like, okay, go. I'm like, just straight up the elevator, third floor, make a right, go all the way down to this apartment number. Thank you so much. And then he's like, yeah, do you have a cart? It's too much, blah, blah. We're going back and forth. And then I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, are you able to make two trips? Like, whatever. And then he goes, the least you could have done is given me direction off the elevator. He's like, because I just went the wrong way. And I'm like, first of all, there's signs that point you like, oh,
It's like a
like,
hotel. You find
right.
one, it's on
200 to
trail.
249 this way. 250 to 279 that way. And I'm like, uh, and he's like, and I was like, sorry. I was like, it's to the
Self-explanatory.
right off the elevator. And he was like, yeah, after the fact, but thanks. And I was like, I mean,
You
if you
need to
scroll,
leave a review
I
for
was
the
like, if you scroll up in the messages, I already gave you directions without you even asking me.
Did he say anything?
I was like, so you can go back and read because I already told you the directions when you said that you're in the building. And they didn't say anything. And then they were like dropped off, but I'm like,
No.
rude. Everybody else is so nice. I
Ew.
I know. And I was
Can
like,
you
oh
leave
my
them
gosh,
a review?
I think you can.
You
I
like
might
need
ask
to.
you like the next day or like a few hours later, like, how was your thing? And usually I'll like give 5 stars, but yeah, I'm like, oh, because usually everybody's so
2 stars.
kind and like sometimes I'll even feel bad because it'll show a picture of him and I'm like, oh, he looks like an older gentleman and like I hope he has a
What
car.
does
Like
this guy
I feel
look like?
bad. Yeah. This guy looked suspicious.
Ew.
So I was like, oh my
And can
God.
they see you?
No,
Okay, good.
no. I'm like, his name was
Been enough
Terrence.
crime in this building, sir.
No, literally.
We don't trust you.
Yeah, his name was Terrence and he was
Harry,
not. Yeah,
get
and
out.
it took a minute to get here. So I'm like, you better not have eaten any of my grapes, Terrence. I'll kick
Bad
your ass.
review. Bad review.
I'm not playing about these.
Terrence. Not on the name list. Terrence.
Mm-mm. And we have security in the building now. So
Doesn't speak English. He won't know your name. But
For
Terrence, you out.
Ow. No, they actually did get like full on security
Okay.
here. Two guys, I think they both speak English, and a girl.
Bigger than you?
And yeah, and Jamil said he was like the girl that's like part of the security group, literally is like looks more intimidating than the last guy they had.
I can barely laugh either. It's so bad, but I
No,
can't.
I'm like, well, that's good. He's like, these ones, he's like the guys, he's like, they look like the
Legit.
yeah. I'm like, okay, good.
And are they packing?
I don't know. I haven't really seen them around. Jamel always like is where they are every time. He's like, oh yeah, I saw him when I was like leaving or when I was pulling in. I saw him outside. I'm like, where are these people? I thought I saw them like going that way from the pool area, but it was just like the
Like,
back.
are they walking together?
Uh, think two of them are walking together, and one of them,
That seems crazy.
I know. And I wonder if they're also patrolling like the other building because we have a second building just like literally right across the
Maybe
street.
they have separate security.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So weird. So that's been my day.
So it's just been wacky. We're just getting things done, moving through the week. I feel like spring is so busy. It's busy.
It really is. Honestly, for the stories today, not that great. My Terrence story was probably the highlight of this.
So check out now. Just kidding.
Yeah, so let's see. We have yeah, the stories mm, nothing I'd say that interesting, but I just picked the best ones.
All right, let's hear it.
The first one, because I feel like we always like these. ASAP Rocky teases name for baby number three with pregnant Rihanna.
I didn't
Rihanna
know you were
pregnant again. And I don't know when her baby's due,
pregnant.
but she definitely has a belly because for the Met Gala, I think that just happened.
Oh.
She showed up with a pregnant belly. Like nobody
And
knew
she
she
has two boys already.
she has two boys. Yeah. So she popping them out.
Go Rihanna.
I know. So, amid Rihanna's pregnancy, ASAP Rocky shared whether or not their third baby will follow family tradition of having an R name, like sons Riza, who's 2, and Riot, who's 22 months.
I don't like either of them.
Me either. Riza is RZA also.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's how they're pronouncing it. ASAP Rocky is spilling some tea about baby number three days after Rihanna announced she's pregnant with the couple's third child, the ASAP Forever rapper who shares sons RZA and Riot with the Umbrella singer shared some insight into their approach to naming their baby on the way. During the May 7th episode of Late Night with Seth Meyers, host Seth Meyers congratulated Rocky, whose real name is Rakeem Myers, on the baby news and inquired about some naming details. Your first two kids have R names. Obviously, you and Rihanna have R names, Seth said. Is this a lock that the third will have an R name? Do you
I feel
think?
like you have to.
In response, the 36-year-old confirmed that the new baby's name would begin with an R, sharing for sure. And while Rocky, who served as one of the co-chairs at the 2025 Met Gala, where Rihanna showed off her growing baby bump, may be keeping the full name close to his chest for now, he is certainly happy to no longer be keeping the pregnancy a secret. Because Rihanna's full name is Robin Rihanna Fenty.
Oh.
Yeah. So she looked really good and they, do their little interviews and she said surprisingly she was feeling really good on the red carpet. So,
Is due?
do you have any guesses on what the third? We obviously don't know the gender, but based off RZA, Riot, do you have any guesses?
I feel like there's a lot of like Riot and Regan siblings, but I don't know if I could see them using Regan. It's too long, but maybe like Regal.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of something like along the lines of those, and I don't know, but I feel like you're good at like coming up with names. So,
Rhea
Maybe.
or Rhea. Maybe Rio. That
Maybe.
could fit.
I know, I'm curious to know if she's having a girl or a boy.
I feel like maybe a girl.
Yeah, me too. So we shall see. Um, they didn't mention her due date, so I'm not sure where
I
she's
wonder.
at. But she definitely kind of has like a bump, kind of like yours, but maybe a little bit further along.
Oh,
Yeah. So she
so
looks
maybe
like
July
she's,
or August.
yeah, she looks like she's maybe a little bit more than halfway.
I feel like it feels insane that I only have like 3 months left.
I know it feels like it went by so like
And I
uh
just don't know. Like I'm trying to like treasure it as my last because I don't know. You never know. And
I
I
know, you
get
never know.
sad thinking about buying like my diapers and my pads. Oh my God, that means it's over.
I know. It's just crazy because I feel like the beginning seems like it goes so slow. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, we're almost done?
What are we doing?
Yeah, seriously. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe she has similar due date to you. Um, Liam Payne's ex, Cheryl, is left his 32.2 million essay after he died with no will.
Mm.
Liam Payne, the One Directioner who fell off the balcony, uh, I forget where.
I feel like in Puerto Rico or like something crazy.
Somewhere like that. His 32.2 million estate went to his ex.
And he had a baby with her, right?
Hmm.
Okay. That's
So obviously, I mean, he didn't have a will because he was so young. And like, I feel like you never
unexpected.
think to have a will. I feel like once you have kids, no matter your age, you probably should start thinking about that. But, you know. So it says Liam Payne's ex Cheryl, with whom he shared 8-year-old son Bear, has been left with his 32.2 million estate after the One Direction alum died without a will, according to court documents. Cheryl, who is the mom of the late One Direction alum's 8-year-old son Bear, will oversee
Eight?
his estate. Huh?
He's 8. Wow.
I know. Will oversee his estate alongside music industry lawyer Richard Mark Bray after Payne died without a will, according to court documents obtained by People. Payne's estate in the UK amounted to approximately 32.2 million after debts and expenses per the filing. However, Cheryl, formerly known as Cheryl Cole and Cheryl Tweedy, and Bray have only been granted limited authority to manage the money until a general grant is made, according to court documents viewed by the BBC. In the meantime, per the outlet, the Girls Aloud member and the attorney will not be able to distribute any funds from the estate. Payne died in October at age 31 after falling from a third-story hotel balcony in Argentina. His cause of death was determined to be multiple traumatic injuries with internal and external hemorrhaging. A toxicology report showed drugs were in Payne's system when he fell, leading authorities to launch an investigation into his death. At the time of his passing, the Strip That Down singer was dating influencer Kate Cassidy, who flew out of South America days before his fatal fall. She said Liam was in such a good headspace when I left Argentina. The 26-year-old told The Sun in February, we were in such a great place, just full of love. He was so happy and positive, and I just can't believe the way things truly ended. And then she recently just spoke, or his ex just recently just spoke out about his passing on Instagram and urged the public to give Liam the little dignity he has left. So I'm curious if his family is upset about it.
Yeah,
Think
I
they're
feel like
going to
it
do
should go to the son, but maybe the grandparents, if they were good, should manage it. It worries me that a music manager is involved.
Yeah, so I don't know. And I wonder how the girlfriend
Obviously,
feels.
I would say maybe it should all go to Bear when he turns 18, but then he might need money to be provided for until then. I
Yeah. But like he didn't have a will. I don't know how these things work, but if he didn't have a will, does it automatically go to his ex because he shares a child with her?
So sometimes when people don't have a will, it literally goes to the state. So I'm glad that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it probably went
How
into
did it go to
probate.
her?
It probably went into probate and then they fought for it in court,
Hmm.
which I don't know anything about her, so I would hope that you would hope, I don't know,
Yeah,
that it's going to be a good situation, but you never know.
I know. Um, I think his ex is, let me show you her because she looks familiar. What did they say her name was?
Cheryl?
Cheryl
Cheryl
what?
Tweedy? Sorry, I'm like so
She
uncomfortable.
is 41.
Wow.
Cheryl Ann Tweedy, professionally known as Cheryl Cole, is an English singer, TV personality. What was she in? She looks familiar to me.
Oh, it's
Said,
insane. She's like 10 years older than him.
yeah.
I don't know. When I hear Cheryl, I think of Dancing with the Stars.
This
Oh my
picture
God.
just looks, she looks so familiar in this picture.
And if
But
she's a celebrity, does she really need the money to go to?
I know.
I mean, I don't know if his parents were toxic or not.
I know. I don't know either. Um, so yeah, I'm like that's kind of interesting.
That's very interesting. And the music person being involved is just curious to me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, is she involved with that lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Because he had a current girlfriend. Obviously, I feel like as a girlfriend, you don't expect for things,
No.
and it seems weird to be like,
Unless you've been with them for like 10 years, then it's like different, but
right. And I feel like you don't, I don't know, I guess it depends on like the relationship that everybody has with each other.
yeah.
But I feel like if I was the girlfriend, I would feel like, well, yeah, that's the mother of his kids. But I don't know.
And then you feel like, was the girlfriend involved in Bear's life? Because then it's pretty sad because that's like an automatic cutoff unless Cheryl's willing to include her.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a sad
And
situation.
the girlfriend, she did just go on to a podcast. What is that guy's name? Um, he does like the wellness podcast.
Oh, Jay Shetty or
She was just on his and he was like talking to her about it. She read like one of
something.
Liam Payne's notes that they would always like write to each other. So she shared one and
Oh.
I know, so sad. And she was like saying how she remembered how she found out and she thought it wasn't true at first and that she had to like, she was like putting on her funeral dress and she's like I was supposed to like be putting on like a wedding dress because we had like talked
Oh.
about that. I'm like, oh, that is so heartbreaking. I just like can't imagine. You just never know. So hold your loved ones close.
Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
Um, the third story is a little update about the Diddy case because it's finally
Moving forward.
forward. So it says Sean Diddy Combs trial prosecutors unable to contact key witness. So they're not because there's no cameras allowed, I guess, in the trial. So like people don't really know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
But prosecutors in the case against Sean Diddy Combs say they have been unable to contact a key witness to confirm her appearance and testimony during the trial. They said that they pretty much haven't been able to contact her or her lawyer that's like representing her or something. Um,
Weird.
is she okay? Is she alive? Like, can we make sure she's good? Because I feel like it is scary to be like somebody speaking out against him. Like,
Yeah.
I
I
can't
feel like
imagine.
it's really not safe.
Yeah. So the trial for the disgraced media mogul entered its early stages on May 5th, with jury selection happening over the following days, according to NBC News. Lead prosecutor Maureen Comey told U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian the prosecution had been unable to contact a witness identified as victim 3 in the indictment.
Mm.
According to the outlet, while prosecutors claim the unnamed woman who reportedly previously said she'd wanted to use her real name while testifying, despite the option to use a pseudonym, has very personal and explosive details about abuse she allegedly suffered under Combs. Comey told the judge, however, that the prosecution has been unable to make contact with the woman's lawyer and that they are unsure the woman would even show up in court, even if they are able to make contact or issue a subpoena to do so.
I feel like they shouldn't have to make an appearance in court. I feel like it should be a Zoom where the judge can see it and it's a disguised voice.
Totally.
Like, we're not keeping these people safe if we're letting them come to court with this horrible predator.
I know. So, I don't know. It's a little sus. I'm like, is she good?
Oh my God.
I know. So it says attorney Tenny Geragos, who is on the defense team for Combs, asked that her team receives an answer on victim three's appearance by May 9th, per NBC News. During jury selection, attorney Mark Garagos, Tenny Garagos' father, who is not officially on the rapper's defense team but is working with its jury consultant,
Hmm.
was reprimanded by Judge Subramanian after referring to the prosecution as a six-pack of white women during a podcast appearance. Subramanian called the move ridiculous per NBC News, adding, I think referring to the prosecution in this case as a six-pack of white women is outrageous. This would not be tolerated in any court from any lawyer anywhere across the nation. In response, the lawyer argued he'd just been making an observation. You've got a black man who's been prosecuted, Dragos explained, and the client feels like he's being targeted. Following his comments, Assistant U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic, one of the six women prosecuting Combs, expressed her concerns that the jury pool could be tainted. The danger of Mr. Geragos' statements in infecting the jury pool is very serious, she said in court May 6th. I think the admonishment here is warranted. So, I
Sounds
don't
like
know.
a scratch in a whole other case.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
just don't even know what the outcome is going to be.
Have you ever been on jury duty?
No, I've gotten the
Summon?
yeah, I've been summoned, but every time I've called, like you know how you have to call
Yeah.
to check in, it always says like you're not needed. I'm like, okay. So I've never actually had to go.
Me neither. I think I've only been summoned like one time.
Yeah.
And Arkham was like tiny. And I was like, I'm breastfeeding. Sorry, can't. But they
Yeah,
called me anyways.
I know. I think this very last time that I got summoned, maybe it was either last year or 2 years ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, like I got jury duty." And then you have to call in like every
Day or
night.
something, or yeah.
Yeah, you have to call in every day of the week. Even if like the first day, the second day, it's like, no, you don't have to come. No, you still have to check in. And I remember like by the third day, I forgot to check in. And I was like, oh my God. I was like,
They're coming to arrest me.
arrested. Yeah, they're coming for me. And then I was like, oh shoot. And I went on and it was just like, you did not follow protocol or like you like, oh my God. I was like, I'm gonna be in trouble. And then I never heard from him. So
So it was fine.
it's been fine. Watch me get something in the mail this week.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't going.
We ain't going. Yeah, for real.
It's like you want to get like a juicy case, but then you're like trapped with no TV or anything. That's like crazy.
And imagine if it's like a 3 month long trial or
Huh.
something.
Like what?
Yeah, I would do like a week. Put me up in a hotel room. Give me spending money for the day. Let me be on Do Not Disturb. And that's fine. But like longer than a week or like 5 days, I just feel like I can't.
No. And then it's like, I have obligations. Like, what?
Yeah, and don't you only get like $15 a day or
I
something?
think so. I'm pretty sure anybody that I've talked to, like my dad's like, I remember I couldn't park anywhere when I had jury duty and like I got a ticket and he was like, it was more than like what they were paying me. And I was like, this is so dumb. Or like my grandma had to do it back in the day and she's like, I had to pay more for childcare than they even paid me. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
dumb.
it's not like, you have to take work off, so it's not like you're getting paid from your job.
Awful.
Too much. So that's what, oh my God, not my laptop almost falling. That is what's going on.
Well,
I was
let's hope that this creep ends up where he belongs.
literally, because I don't know a single person that thinks he's innocent.
Besides his kids, which is like they're pretty messed up, obviously.
Seriously. So we'll see, but I feel like a lot of these suspicious
Mm.
mishaps are gonna happen. So I'm a little nervous about that, but hopefully it all goes well in the end. And I was also going to tell you, so the Toast podcast, Claudia, the dark-haired one, she's pregnant.
Hmm.
Uh, and then we just found out that the redhead one, Jax, is also pregnant.
Cute.
Finding out that she's pregnant. So yeah, congrats to
When
them.
is the dark-haired one due?
I honestly don't know, but I think like any day now.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like she's in the 30s, like
Oof.
the beginning 30s. So maybe like
I know my baby center thing's moving. I'm like, oh my God, I'm this is my third trimester. What is happening?
crazy, crazy.
Wild. Oh. Okay. Am I the asshole if I asked my friend if he lied to me? Or would I be the asshole? I thought this was interesting.
Okay.
I don't know what the truth is. All I know is he told me something untrue. I don't know if it was willfully or he just had the wrong information. Backstory. I have a friend who is also my neighbor. He often drives me places because I can't drive. I always tell him he can say no or change his mind. He just has to tell me. I know he's doing me a favor and I appreciate it. I even tried offering him money in the past, but he won't take it. He says that's what friends do. Recently, I was planning on a group meeting at the library. It was today, the day before Mother's Day. I asked him multiple times if he's okay with driving me. He said yes. He told me the meeting couldn't be today because the library is closed for Mother's Day. I was confused at first. I mean, it's the day of mothers, but maybe they were closed, I thought. He said he called and nobody answered after all. Later, after the meeting time, I found the library had made a post today which said nothing about being closed. Looking into it, it doesn't look like they were closed at all, which means I didn't show up for my own meeting. Now I can't fully tell if it was an unfortunate accident or if he willfully lied to me to get out of driving me. This is
Wait,
the
was
second
your
time.
friend involved in the meeting?
No.
He was just giving him a ride.
Yeah. Suspicious. This is the second time in a row he couldn't drive me to this meeting. Okay, what's happening with this meeting? Though the last time was because he and his uncle were out of town for the day and because he forgot what day he was going to take me and didn't mention he was leaving. Now I'm doubtably embarrassed for missing two meetings of a group that I run.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
it's like a lame, like maybe this guy's like trying to help him and like it's a nerd group or like something weird.
Like maybe he's just too scared to say like, no, I don't want to take you anymore. Like, I'm sorry, I can't be driving you anymore. But like instead of being like, sorry, dude, like I can't take you today, he's just like straight up lying to him. It's closed. They're not having the
The
meeting.
library's indefinitely closed. They
Yeah,
closed it down.
they canceled your meeting.
Um, a part of me feels like he lied to me to get out of driving me, but I don't really have proof of anything. I could just be dumb luck. I want to confront him, but I feel like it's an asshole move. I'm probably going to cancel the group altogether. If I can't be reliable, what's the point? I thought he was okay with helping me get to them. It doesn't seem true. Okay, my first thought is like, I don't know if you're the asshole, but like, I wouldn't even ask him about it. And I would just, why would the library let you schedule your group? It's your group. You can't schedule it on the day the library's closed.
Also, I feel like you have to have a little bit of common sense of like maybe get the hint that he's like,
He's a nice person.
yeah, he doesn't want to tell you no, so he's like making up excuses. Also, why doesn't he have a car?
He said he doesn't drive. So it's like maybe you need to like Uber. Maybe you
Yeah,
need to find
but
something else.
public transportation, especially to a library, like,
Because you might be the asshole. Because it's annoying when somebody's just bumming rides. Like sometimes you're like, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Do you also need to go to the grocery store? You know?
and I was gonna say it's different if that guy is also part of the meeting, so he's going there anyways. But if he's like not even like
Or
ask
like
somebody else
imagine he's trying to go somewhere and it's like the opposite direction.
seriously.
Okay, it says edit to add. This is a small town. There's no public transportation on the weekends available. I take public transportation on the weekdays for the most part. Most of the driving he does for me is him asking if I'd like to tag along to the grocery store or thrift store. This is like the only time I ask him to drive me, and it's once a month.
Okay. Well,
Somebody put a thing in the comments, and I think it's accurate. Why can't somebody from the group pick you up?
totally. That's what I think too.
Like it's your group. There's nobody there like, hey, do you live close to me? Because I like can't drive for whatever reason.
Why would you like lead this group if you have no means to get there?
And what is this group? That's what I want to know.
What is the group?
What library? What?
Yeah,
I
weird.
think might be the he if he asked him if he's lying to him, I think he would be the asshole. I would be
I
I
think
mean,
so too.
I feel like it's weird. It's a weird situation. It's weird to lie.
Also, it is weird to lie, but also like if I scheduled a meeting at a library for a certain day, and then this person that I was like, "Hey, do you mind giving me a ride?" Which you're not going to the meeting, you're not invited to, and you have no
Yeah, is this
reason.
like an exclusive
Like,
thing where he can't come?
right. And
Or
then they
you
were
just want
like, "Oh, actually, like your meeting's canceled because the library's closed." I wouldn't just be like, "Oh, okay." I'd be like, "Well, let me call the library because I scheduled this meeting, and maybe let me text the
like
group
have
of
a
other
public meeting
people."
at the library. You have to like
I
schedule.
don't know. I would just like not take somebody's word for it. If you scheduled it, like maybe confirm for yourself. Go onto the library website, call the library. Like, are you guys closed? I scheduled a meeting. Text your other fellow meeting people and be like, does anybody know about this?
Yeah, is the li wouldn't somebody in the meeting group be like, the library is closed today, so we're gonna have to reschedule for Monday or like next weekend.
Right.
Well, what
Right.
is this group? I want it. You're the asshole for not telling us what this group is.
Yeah, there's so many questions here.
But
There's
I
so
think if you ask this guy if he's lying to you, you are the asshole. And then you're losing your chance to like get groceries and stuff because it's gonna make it weird.
weird. Yeah. But also, like, what is your opinion on people who just like don't drive?
I mean, if there's like a health issue, like seizures and stuff, it's like, okay. But I think like there, even in small towns, there's Ubers, there's taxis, there's something.
Totally.
So I think, okay, occasionally, yeah, like, hey, you know what? Any chance you're going to the grocery store today? Because I don't feel like paying the damn Uber. Because I
Right.
know they're not cheap, but,
Yeah.
or you know what? Maybe you need to do something else to pay this man. If he's not going to take money, I'm assuming it's a man. I guess it didn't really say, but if he's not
Yeah.
going to take money, like, hey, I bought you some extra coffee and creamer. Or like, I got you a gift card
That's what I was
to a
gonna.
restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there needs to be something else.
Yeah. Or like a gas car, gas
Yeah.
station or
Like a
something.
gas card, or like, hey, why don't we stop at the gas station on the way home? I would
Yeah.
like to buy you some gas.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's just feeling slummy.
Yeah. I don't like it.
And then it's awkward that this is your neighbor.
I
Don't
need
ask.
to know the reason why you don't drive. Is it because of medical condition or are you just like, nah?
Didn't want to get my license. And how old are you? Is it
Yeah.
because you're like Well, no, because then they couldn't be living alone. Well, if they were like not of driving age, that wouldn't make sense.
I honestly,
Or if your license has gotten taken away from DUIs or something, you are definitely the asshole. So we
ooh,
need to know why you don't drive and what is this group, sir? What is
yeah,
this group?
please answer these questions because,
And have you asked this man to join this group?
right.
Or is he trying to save you from yourself? Is it like a anti-feminist, like something crazy? Like, is it like a crazy group where
Seriously,
he's like,
I gotta shut
as
this
the
down.
leader, I gotta quit. I gotta stop this group.
Seriously. And why do a group if you can't get there? Like,
Yeah, I
if you
think just
have
cancel it.
any
Or
other,
meet at your, is this a safe group? Can they meet at your house?
right? Or like, is there a park in walking distance?
Yeah, something you can walk to. Because
I
this
can't
is the,
believe
the
people.
vibes are weird. I think you're the asshole.
The vibes are weird, and I don't like you. I wouldn't
We're
want to.
silent screaming at you from the back seat.
Yeah.
Why don't you drive? What is this group? We need,
No, so
we're
freaky. Like,
silent screaming at you in the library.
yeah, for real. No, what a freak. So, do you, but
But
you're
you,
the asshole. Mm-hmm.
we
So now
found
we get two.
we found one. And definitely don't freaking ask. Don't even ask
Yeah.
if this man is lying to you.
Stop talking to this person. Okay. He doesn't want anything to do with you.
Uh,
He's
he's trying
sabotaging.
to get away from you, but like he's non-confrontational.
Right, exactly.
He's like,
So,
my uncle from 3 states away needs my help. So
right.
I'll be gone.
I
Like
can't.
parks his car in the garage.
Seriously, he's like literally hiding from him. Now he can like never go to the library, poor
And the
thing.
worst, it's your neighbor. It's
Oh
like,
God.
and
There's
then yeah, like now this group, it's like this group is probably like, what the heck is going on with this leader? You're the asshole. So we found him.
found you.
We
Add
found
you to
another one. Check.
um
Well,
well that
Dolly,
was good, I feel like. I wasn't sure where the story was going, but it was a good way to end the podcast.
it
So
was like a stranger story than I thought it was going to be, but it worked out.
I think so too. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody has had a good Mother's Day
If you're
and
a mom, keep on pushing
keep on momming it up. You got this.
and buy
And
yourself a Starbucks. You deserve it.
seriously, treat yourself.
And get
And
that cake pop.
mm-hmm. And I hope everybody else has a great week.
And
And
Terrence, screw you.
Terrence, you can
You're
go.
the asshole.
Yeah, bring a cart next time, Terrence. How about that?
New stars.
Yeah, don't even bring it up. I'm getting pissed again. All right, dollies,
Have a
we will
great week, Dollies. Love
love you.
you. Love it.